today I'm going to be making face masks. I've waited this long to do it. I haven't really needed them up until now. Since the lockdown, I think we've been in lockdown about 8 weeks here in the UK, and in Scotland the last couple of weeks have been recommended going into public places like supermarkets and such like to wear a face covering of some sort. Now I've been doing my weekly shop, my kind of like essentials shop, milk, bread and such like, in the shop in the local village, so I haven't really needed a mask of particularly for it. It's really quiet around here. So this week I need to go into town to do a big shop, or a bigger shop, things that I can't get in the village. So I'm going to make a couple of face masks for me, and I'm going to make one for John. John actually hasn't left the property since the lockdown began, so our garden's coming on nicely. But just in case he needs to go to town for whatever reason, I'll make him one as well, a slightly larger one. So I'm going to take you through how I'm going to do it. The pattern is a free pattern online. I will post the link down below, where you can just print it off, or I think there's measurements so you can draw it onto a grid paper as well without having to print it off too. And talk you through how I'm going to do it. And yeah, let's go ahead, let's get on with it. Okay, so I've raided my scrap fabric box for some random bits of fabric. The pattern looks like this one. This one's actually my husband's. This one's a large, and I'll be making a medium for myself. You need 2 layers of a woven cotton, one for inside, one for out, and some jersey fabric of some description for the sandwich centre layer in the middle. It hasn't got like a filter pocket, it's just 3 sandwich layers. This is quite a simple design, and it's got nose darts and chin darts to shape it around your face too. So what I found some green outer fabric for my husband's, and I've got some vintage fabric that my mum gave me years and years ago. This, I have no idea how long I've had this. I've had this at least 25 years, and I don't know how long she had before that. And some pretty fabric left over from quilting as well. And then I've just got some plain random cotton scraps for the inside layer, because that's, you won't see that bit. The only bit you're going to see is the outside once it's on. So I've got some cottons for the insides and this jersey fabric for the inside. So I'm going to start cutting these out and start getting these sewn up. One other point to mention is that these are supposed to be cut on the fold, but my vintage one, I'm not going to be able to do that. So what I'm going to do is, on the fold line, I'm going to give myself, because these are done in metric, although there is, ignore the back, I made a mistake. You can print this out in metric or imperial. I'm going to be adding an extra centimetre seam allowance just on this edge for the 2 pieces for this vintage fabric, and then I'm going to sew those 2 pieces together first, and then carry on and trim off the excess seam allowance, and then carry on as the pattern states for the rest of the design. I think there's only that fabric where that's going to be a problem, and I'm going to have to do that hopefully. So pieces all cut out. These 3 are for John's, I'm keeping them separate, and all the pieces for my 2 masks are here. I just need to join the 2 sides of the vintage fabric one up. You have to fold along the dotted line to cut out slightly smaller pieces for the lining. So I've ended up using lengths of elastic, and I've threaded them through the channel with this upholstery needle and tried them on for size and tied knots at the right length so that it fits comfortably. So now what I'm going to do is I'll just trim off the excess elastic on the end, and I will move the knots to just inside the channel so they're hidden. If they'll go in, if not, I'll just put them at one end so they're not going to be digging in the back of the ears.
There we go, all ready to face the outside world.